Okay. I'm so sorry. I'm so late, y'all. It's a lot going on. It's a lot of moving parts in this house. My full apologies. But we're here now. It's the season finale. I hope you got your popcorn. And let's get this thing started. Like the videos, the intro, please.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. That's all. 1 and 1 got to equal 2.
Make it make sense, boo.
Big moves.
Surfer.
Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things in your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things in your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense.
What is it?
Oh my God.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Okay, guys. So a couple announcements real quick. Yes, I do have a shirt. No, it's not out. I thought it was important to say, now that I know Mama Joyce is in counseling, Candy's in counseling, Ralph needs more counseling, Allison is in counseling. I have been in therapy recently, and the reason that I don't have shirts and stuff like that is I haven't had time to really make YouTube a business. Pretty much coming on and doing the videos that I do and joking and playing with you guys and talking is my cap right now. Once I feel like I'm in a better place and I really just found myself, then I can make YouTube like a business. So I thank each one of you who have hit me up about merch. It makes me feel so great to know that you guys are willing to support in that way. I just haven't had the time to make it happen. But when I do, y'all will be the first to know. It'll be t-shirts, hats, and things like that. Have I watched The Past yet? No. But I will. Thank you so much for even caring enough to spend time with me. And I wasn't lying when I said this has become like my outlet. So thank you so much. I definitely appreciate that. And we will be doing this book starting this week. It's Jim Townsend's book. Y'all know I've been on Steve Harvey, exposing a whole lot. We'll be talking about Steve. There's a Steve story I'll be doing, but we will be reading this book, and the author will come on and do like a chapter with us. So anyway, all right, let's get into it. Y'all, this was not a bad one, but I was pretty upset that they did not show Kenya's. So that's what the video is going to be about. Maybe that'll come tomorrow afternoon, but we got to talk. Yes, since Kenya did not get to show it, we are going to show Kenya's stuff. So this is the soft opening that they chose not to show us. I think it was definitely a mistake. And I also think that they slighted Kenya. It was a really nice event. It looks like she spent some money on it. So to say that they didn't even find the time to show it and she's one of the stars of the show, I thought that was pretty lame. Maybe because there was no drama at the event, or maybe the producers really just don't like her. I'll say this much. One of the producers showed recent pictures, and a lot of those pictures that producer took were with Marlo. So that great edit, things like that. That's how this comes up. Yes, they showed us 5 seconds. Have I seen The Past? No, but I did see the trailer. It looked good to me. And y'all were over there talking about it was going to be on Tubi. I would show it here tonight, but Candy be copywriting her stuff. So I'm not trying to go there or get my video demonetized, but it looked good. I'm going to check it out. This looked like money was spent. Money was spent. And no, this isn't liquor. This is half regular lemonade and half, I think, like blackberry lemonade. So anyway, not only did he love Marlo, he loved Kim Zolciak too, I hear. But okay, let's get into this review. We got 500 people in here. It's the finale. Go ahead and like that video. Brooklyn in the hair chair. If Mark gets his way and Brooklyn really can't film on the show, I would be disgusted because her and her mom's banter to me is so hilarious. Brooklyn has the potential. If Kenya really wanted to market her, I might DM Kenya and ask why there is not actually a kid's hair product. I don't know how that would work, but the fan base that Brooklyn has, there definitely should be some hair products geared towards children where Brooklyn is the face of it. I don't know if Mark might, come in between that, but I would love to see Brooklyn on some hair care products. Cutest kid. But she had to let her mom know that it needed more moisturizer. And we're going to get into Brooklyn absorbing everything. Brooklyn, I would say, is probably similar to me, who I grew up where everybody else around me was old. And so not only did I have an old soul, I had a fast mouth and became really quick with it. That's why I was always getting popped in the mouth. But she has a really great personality for a little person. Sanya and Marlo are Dr. Jackie. I know Marlo has fans. But asking Sanya if she had any odors is the reason I can't stomach Marlo. Marlo is like a 8th grade little boy. She took pleasure in Candy having diarrhea, and we had to hear about poop. And it was just she had so much elation on her face when Candy got sick on that trip. Now you're going to this woman's doctor appointment saying, "Oh, I hope you don't have an odor." It is really extremely lowbrow, and I'm tired of it. She did what? Yes. She went to this woman's doctor appointment and literally said, "Oh, I hope, girl, you ain't got no odor. Oh, no, I hope you ain't got no odor." It's really disgusting. It is like so lowbrow. She didn't even know how to work an iPhone. Now, your one job was to take a video for this woman's husband, and you couldn't even do that. Like I cannot with Marlo. It's just like, what are you doing? Like, you have to laugh at it because it's like uncomfortable. Side note, I made crabs for the first time today, and they turned out really good. And this was my garlic butter dipping sauce. So shout out to my older sister. She taught me how to do crabs and her secret butter garlic sauce. So that was pretty tasty. It was supposed to happen yesterday, but I was mad because my car broke. So anyway, I can't get with Marlo. I really can't. It's very crass. It's like the lowest common denominator on reality. It's some stuff that you would get from Zeus. I feel like Marlo should be the house mother or the den mother on Zeus. She could get the girls dressed up, class their looks up. But in terms of how they communicate, same level. Same level. Okay. But this is what we were talking about when we talked about Sanya eventually not being able to go full term with this pregnancy. It was really, really sad to see because she was so excited. But even then, before, I don't know if I could say the word, before she lost the baby, Dr. Jackie was pre-warning her about really getting her son involved. And this was why. It was super, super sad. And now I know how to pronounce the name. So it's like his nickname is Deuce. So they call him Deucey. That was the issue that I was having. The little boy's name is Deucey. Gumbaroo. No, it's because I had a lot of the seasoning sauce in there. So they turned out bomb. Like really, really good, especially with the garlic. I'm higher up. I'm not putting that on the screen. We got over 700 in the chat. Definitely hit the like button. Hey, Shay, what's up? So moving on. Drew and Applehead. I cannot stand Salvation Air. Thank you so much for the super chat, and thank you for reminding the people. Your boy's trying to get his channel back on track. So that's what the likes do, technically. Or if you don't like it, dislike it. All engagement helps. But thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. I know. Oh yeah, keep the lives coming. We got a couple more of these. I'm actually gonna reach out. I can't stand Courtney. That's why you're my people, Toya. You're my people. Seeing Dr. Jackie was really cool. The fact that Dr. Jackie works, that's what I love about Dr. Jackie. She knows every reality star, every pseudo celebrity. Dr. Jackie is they are popping out their babies with Dr. Jackie. Dr. Jackie is just catching them left and right. You're not anybody till you go see Dr. Jackie. So Drew and Applehead, y'all, I'm low key kind of tired of the bitch comment. It's not that big of a deal, to be honest with you. And I got more out of the interview finding out that Courtney didn't have no house. That was the bigger moment for me than this. But Drew is basically trying to explain to Ralph that she don't mess with your play cousin or whatever they are. And Ralph is basically saying, I really don't give a damn. So she's saying we should be putting out a united front. And this is where you can already see that there are major cracks in the marriage because she can't make them understand. It was hard to watch. Drew eventually leaves. And if a play cousin disrespects your wife, do you cut them off? As Drew is telling the story, Ralph is more like, y'all can tell me in the chat. I think I figured out what the actual issue is. The issue is Ralph and Drew are both liars. So when Drew is explaining the story to him, Ralph doesn't trust what she says. And that reverberates at the end of the episode as well. But he does not trust that this woman really called her liar because technically he doesn't trust her. And she doesn't trust him. The base of the marriage is doomed to fail if it's not built on trust. And they both lie. They know they lie. They're more like a partnership. And there's no trust. So y'all can tell me if you feel it's something else, but I think the crux is they don't trust each other. So Drew comes downstairs visibly upset. And sorry, I thought somebody was at my door. Allison is giving him a death stare. Like Allison is over Applehead or Blockhead, whichever you want to call him. I don't understand why he would follow Drew downstairs anyway. I'm really feeling Allison. I don't know about y'all, but Allison is who you want to call if you got a problem with somebody. And another thing, he starts saying to her weirdly, well, Kenya's called you the B word. Marlo's called you the B word. Candy's called you the B word. I'm with Allison. Take the B word out and put banana. If your wife is saying she does not like something that somebody did to her, that's it. She don't like it. You don't like it. But that's not the way Ralph thinks. Ralph is like just a misogynistic asshole. Like, I can't get with people who act like him. Like, literally, he is the lowest common denominator. Moving on. So Allison is actually brought into the conversation, and then he's mad that she's not siding with him. I thought Allison was pretty fair at this moment, but then he throws in, well, you called her the B word. And she gives him another death stare. Drew is embarrassed. Allison runs after her. Ralph tries to touch her. Drew wants no parts of him. I thought that Allison had the most clarity in this scene. So that's what I'm not like. he does not like anybody who holds a mirror up to him, like most narcissistic people. They only like it if you stroke their ego. Black Butterfly says, Mims, did you notice Ralph smirking, smiling every time Drew gets upset? He doesn't even like her. Not at all. Here's another thing before we move on from them. They have a lot of staff around them, right? Drew already let us know on last week's episode that she technically does not know what this man does. So y'all have moved into a 10,000 square foot home. You're still relatively new on the show, so you're not making a lot of money. I think that you should be asking questions. Where is this money coming from? Because maybe he has a side hustle other than the Geek Squad. I don't know. But I don't like him. And you should definitely be asking questions. Because y'all are flossing kind of hard with a lot of staff and a large home to not know what he does. That actually is pretty ignorant to me. I don't know if it was kind of like, just go with the flow, or I'm going to make you look good on the show, but you don't have to have like a super nice lifestyle to be on this show. Look at most of the cast. Moving right along. Sheree and Tiara. So I give Sheree a hard time, right? Because I've watched the show from the beginning and I can remember all of the financial mistakes she's made. So I applaud her that she's still in her house. Some of y'all have come at me about my comments on Sheree, and I don't take them back. I do think that Sheree is more concerned with lifestyle than the bigger picture. I don't take that back. I want to commend her for keeping the same car, though, for 10 years. So Sheree has had this Porsche basically since this Porsche came out. I'm proud of Sheree because she actually has kept something, and not having a car note helps with that mortgage and all those electricity bills that come with having a 10,000 square foot home with a 3,000 to 5,000 square foot basement. All that stuff costs money, and she has learned how to spend her money more wisely by not just flossing. Anybody who had a Range Rover, I think she had an Aston Martin that got repoed because her attorneys took it back because she couldn't pay her bills. For her to have really kind of like settled in to a more reasonable lifestyle, kudos to Sheree. Kudos. And the car still looks good, so why get rid of it? That's that whole housewife, got to do bigger, better. I need a Bentley. I need a Rolls Royce. I need to lease this. That's smart. And we very rarely say Sheree is smart. That's a smart move. Satra says, Mim, stop playing. You need 2 wives to help with YouTube, business, house, etc. Please make that happen. Drew didn't confess. Drew didn't confess to what? Thank you for the super chat. But what didn't Drew confess to? Being all up in Ty's bush? What didn't she confess to? You don't have to do another super chat. Just put it in the comment and I will read it. You don't have to super chat it. Steve Harvey paid for the basement. But just to have heat and AC and all that, it costs money. Bougie on a budget, Fiji rated says, I'm worried for Allison on the show. I love Allison on the show. Get her a peach. I like her better than Drew. Allison does not play, and we're going to get into that. Mims, I was thinking it's still a beautiful car. Yeah, it's so smart that she's not trying to just keep up with the Joneses. She's smart enough to know Sheree cares about Sheree. Sheree knew about that daughter. Okay, so let's get into it. So Sheree says, bill collectors call and she never stresses because she believes you'll get it when I get it. The jokes write themselves. So we knew that this woman was not paying. We knew this woman was not paying. Paige, let's do a Beyonce mute. While everyone hits the like button. Ralph is an international playboy. Can we say Tampa is international? Ralph gives me he would go to any old hostro and take any old body. During the reunion, it was stated he gets his thing. Oh. Well, Drew, I mean, if Drew said it, technically Drew doesn't know that Africa is a continent. She thinks it's a country. So I don't know if I trust I don't know that I trust her. Okay. Thank you so much, Paige, for the super chat. I appreciate it. And do what she said. Hit that like button. Satra says, when production aired in March, Drew said nothing. Cousin Courtney said more. I don't like Courtney. They're saying that when Kenya did that, it was making fun of Courtney and Courtney had a stroke. But I don't know that can you guys confirm that? Because I've not heard that Courtney had a stroke. But that's what people are saying all over the message boards. Like, how could she say that when she had a stroke? But I never heard her say she had a stroke. So I don't know where that came from. Definitely, I don't know where that came from. Sheree also believes that it's okay that her kids didn't tell her about Candace, the new daughter. That is still strange to me that you're close to your mom, but at no point do you say, oh, did you know about Candace? Or, oh, I just met Bob's other daughter, Candace. Have you met her? Or, oh, I just met Candace. Why didn't you tell me about her? Those are normal questions, conversations about a new family member or an extended family member. So let me know. I don't believe Sheree anymore. I really do feel like Sheree, I don't know. She's not the most cerebral person, so I don't know. I don't know what to get. If you guys haven't seen this video, I worked days on it. There was a lot of really dark stuff that happened between Bob and Sheree that never really got fully addressed. So I did a lot of research. I put a lot of work in this. I'll try to link this video at the end of this current video. But if you've not seen it, check it out. It's not a long video, but it was a lot. By the time I got to Revenge P, I was completely done with Bob Whitfield. Like, done. Y'all can still like him. I have no use for the man whatsoever. Brooklyn, Kenya, and her dad. Absolutely hilarious. Brooklyn knows how to work the room. She don't even want her granddad sitting next to her. Like, that was funny to me. Somebody says they don't agree. Tell me what you don't agree with. Lex says, Mims, I don't agree. What don't you agree with, Lex? Let the people know. I like for y'all to keep me honest around here. Okay. Now, yes, Bob, in my video, Bob did expose a lot about Sheree's plastic surgery, but I know that ain't all you took from it, Lily. Y'all are so shady. Y'all are shady. Y'all are definitely shady. Yeah, Brooklyn knew how to work the room. She did not want her granddad sitting next to her. Technically, she doesn't really know him. The granddad, this is what we're going to talk about having adult conversations around kids. So Brooklyn is around her mom most of the time, and Kenya probably does talk around her and with her. Probably, I would say, like, adult conversation Brooklyn is accustomed to, even at age like 4 or 5. So the grandpa stuff was one thing, but when she said, I'm shy, girl, you were not shy. She was over the grandpa. She doesn't technically really know him. She's only met him once by age 5. So it's not like this pawpaw type situation. It's, oh, there's your pawpaw and treat him with respect. But the I'm shy took me out. Now let's get into them having the adult conversation. By the time the father said in front of Brooklyn that Kenya had almost died in childbirth, I just felt like Brooklyn probably should have been in the next room because she kept looking up and hearing. And I don't know at this age she knows the concept of what death is, but that was a bit much. And then talking about whether Mark actually agreed. I probably would have sent her in the next room. Now, Team Twirl. I know y'all try to kick me out of Team Twirl every week, when I talked about Kenya using the embryos, I did some research. I haven't talked to the attorney yet, but I did do some research, which was crazy because I actually, Friday was spent with an attorney. So it was super, super weird that I didn't ask. But side note, really cool person. She is the attorney from, there was like an OWN show about finding love or something, like Black Love or whatever, and she was on that. So I should ask her. Maybe I'll text her tomorrow and see what the rules are. Kenya has every right to the embryo. Kenya had Mark sign paperwork, which gives her the right to the embryo. However, this law is new. Sofia Vergara has been in court for 7 years with her ex because he wants to use the embryos and they did not have anything in place. What I have maintained is I don't think Mark is a great guy. And what could happen is Kenya has every right to use those embryos. He signed it over. However, after the baby is born, that's where Mark could fight for custody. That's where Mark could do what he's doing with Brooklyn. And I started to think maybe keeping the divorce open, it might have something to do with the embryos. But that's what I was saying. If Kenya wants to use the embryos, she has every right to do so. They're hers, and he has signed over those rights to them. However, that does not mean that just because he signed over the rights means he has no rights to his children. Now, there was some case law that said a husband signed over his rights, and because he signed over those rights and wants nothing to do with the child, he doesn't have to pay child support. There's no case law to indicate that if somebody signs over their rights and still, after the baby is born, wants some rights to the child, that's still open question. So y'all can do with that what you may. I'll confirm that with an attorney, hopefully this week. I told you guys I would get back with that. Marlo does wardrobe for Tammy. Kudos to Marlo. She's not my favorite, but Tammy Roman has been looking great. So kudos to Marlo for that. I don't know who her other clients are, but I do know she was in like the internet-based Vogue. So, you know, she's making moves and that should be in her wheelhouse. So we got almost 1,150 people in here. I think we should be at around, I would say, 700 likes. Are we there? I'm sure we're not. Are we there? We're at 400. 700 is a good number. So anyway, I'm cool with that. When she said to Scottley, who came to visit her, hey, I was working for, you know, Garcelle from the Jamie Foxx show, I fell out because the first person I thought about was Gabor. Gabor is gonna eat Garcelle up for that. Now you know that this woman is your coworker. She's another housewife. The first thing you could think of is the Jamie Foxx show. Stop it, Marlo. There is so much more that Garcelle has done than just the Jamie Foxx show, but okay. She was trying to make it seem like having Scottley come to her business was the same as introducing him to the children. Okay. I would be so much more interested if we could find out exactly where or who uses the chairlift. That's really what I want to know, Marlo. And I heard, you know, and I'm not one to gossip, but I heard that Marlo and Scottley are no longer a thing. So y'all do with that what you may, but that's what I heard. And to me, that tracks. I feel like he was there for the purpose of the show. But it doesn't mean I won't try his restaurant next time I'm in Atlanta. The food that he promoted on the show looks pretty good. Drew and Blockhead go to counseling. I was sitting there like this. It was extremely uncomfortable to watch them go to counseling because I don't really think that they like each other. Just saying. Me being shady, let me tell y'all this. If you follow me on Instagram, if I do a comment on anything, I guess it shows you guys. And my comments on Instagram, I guess, have been making traction because a very big content creator found one of my comments and put it, I think it was binge worthy, put some of my Instagram comments in one of his video, and all I could do was this. I think I need to be less shady on Instagram because the wrong person is going to see my stuff. I think I said something like, because this is when Kenya had done her interview. And so everybody was like taking clips. And I think either the Shade Room had posted and I got a lot of traction there. But I was like, if Marlo removes the chairlift, how will she make her money? I didn't think that anybody would see it. But by the time people started deeming me that it was on binge worthy, I was like, oh my God, I guess I'm going to get canceled eventually. I guess I'm going to get canceled. It's okay. I still have y'all. I'm going to get canceled on Insta. Okay, so Blockhead moved out of the bedroom and he felt like that was perfectly natural. Carlos basically says she had the chairlift for years. Now, y'all, Marlo didn't have that chairlift when she started the show. She didn't. I looked back. I went all the way back to when Nene. So that chairlift was not there. So all the allegations that it was for Ted Turner to get up and down the stairs, I don't know. I have been researching Ted Turner, and not only was he cheating on Jane Fonda, Ted Turner has 4 girlfriends at any one time, and they all know about each other, and they're all okay with it, and only one of them is a named girlfriend. So I'm not saying anything other than Ted Turner is actually an international playboy, and Ted Turner does have secret girlfriends. And Ted Turner has multiple secret girlfriends that he has at one time. And allegedly, let me put my banner up. Allegedly, each know that they get about a week with him before he goes to the next.
But I ain't one to gossip, so you ain't heard that from me.
Shay B, just be yourself. That's why we love you. Thank you, Shay. And I am kind of a mess, but you know, thank you so much for the super chat. I didn't say it was Ted Turner. I just gave you guys some background information. I started looking up different things that Jane Fonda had said about him. Jane Fonda knew about one of the mistresses because the mistresses had been in his life for like 20 years. And he would do what they call nooners, which would mean that the mistress would go and meet him for lunch, and, you know, they would lock the door and do whatever. And one day Jane rolled up and saw the mistress and yelled at her, and the woman took off running. So I'm not saying anything other than, you know, somebody says I'd be shading Marlo. I don't know that I go so hard on Marlo. I don't think that I go like over the top. I can't find the comment, but somebody was like, you shade Marlo a lot. She's not. Oh, right here. You be hating on Marlo. I don't agree with some of her tactics. Damn, you be shading the hell out of her. She's not my favorite character. But, you know, thank you for keeping me honest. I didn't say she was with Ted Turner. I just said I've been researching Ted Turner and his mistresses and some of his tactics. Jane Fonda also felt it necessary to get implants while she was with him and then took them out afterwards. So he likes his women, you know, surgeried up. So anyway, back to this therapy session. Blockhead moved out of the bedroom. So did Blockhead move out the bedroom so Ty could move in the bush? Is that what happened? Uh, do you even really care if this man has moved out of the bedroom? I really think that I'm starting to feel like their marriage is more of a marriage of convenience. How do you not know what your husband does for a living? He doesn't even want to be around you. He leaves you and the children. I want to say that Ralph is the problem, but I think that Drew is actually part of the problem as well. So Ralph claims, Drew says that the children noticed that Ralph was not staying in the bedroom. And the first thing that Ralph says is, that's a lie. That's what I was telling y'all earlier. These people do not trust each other, even on a base level. And that's why whenever they say something, the first thing out of their mouth, it's a lie. Drew should have never had to pull out her phone to prove that her son texted her about Ralph moving out of the bedroom. Children see and absorb everything. Literally. It's so many times where let's say you're in therapy, and in childhood, if you did not see a healthy relationship growing up, some of that unhealthy response to relationship carries over into adulthood. So of course, children are going to notice, why aren't mommy and daddy in the same room? Do you know what I mean? Like, children know. Thank you, Danielle. Children know, they see everything, they're absorbing it. But because these two are always lying, they don't trust each other. So Drew pulled the receipt. Then Blockhead tries to change the narrative. So you're trying to gaslight her in front of a therapist. So the doctor was looking like, Ninja, I know what you're doing, right? So he just shut up and let him talk. And then suggested that they go to marriage counseling. He literally stopped the doctor from talking. Ralph doesn't want to go to therapy because Ralph does not want a mirror held up to him for his bad behavior. I keep telling y'all that. She needs to get away from him. She really does. He says that moving into the guest room helps him to see the fruits of his labor. For a job, we don't know what you do. And he feels liberated. And then he says their best friend did it. And then Drew says, well, they filed for divorce. And he says everybody files for divorce. I couldn't. He's in tech, y'all. Do you know exactly what company? Because Drew has been saying it since the beginning. He's in tech. But when pressed about it a couple weeks ago, she says she doesn't really know what he does. So if you know, let us know. Candy's movie premiere. I will be watching The Pass. I did not have time today. It did come out on Peacock. So if there had been a trailer, I would have shared it, but there wasn't actually a trailer. And I think it has to do with the writer's strike and how you can promote. So I don't know what that is, but I'll definitely check it out. The trailer looked good to me. And y'all thought it was going to be on Tubi. Jamie, Candy's, I guess she's like Candy's internet maven. Candy's, I don't know what she is. I feel like she is a manager of Candy's internet presence. I don't technically know. But she didn't want to tell us where it was going to premiere last week. And I guess it was because they had like something set up to let us know that it was going to be on Peacock. So kudos to them for getting it on Peacock. Candy's always making deals. She thought it was going to be 100 people. Todd invited 200. And Cynthia brought her hairstylist. Now, when this came out, people were like, oh, it's who she's dating. It didn't give me that. This gave me, two good girlfriends. That's what it gave. It didn't give me, it was like she wants to go with her friend. She should. Having them on the red carpet and stuff like that, I could see how people would want that to be headlines, but I didn't get that from the picture at all. Just, two good friends hanging out. Moving right along. Mama Joyce popped in. Y'all know I love Mama Joyce. Y'all absolutely know I love Mama Joyce. And, Mama Joyce seems a little subdued. Candy said that Mama Joyce is now in therapy and that she came and it was a big deal. But technically, I really do think Mama Joyce came because this was also Candy's premiere. So if Candy says that Mama Joyce is trying with Todd and is willing to go to therapy to make that relationship better, great. Because at this point, Todd is solidified. Both of your grandchildren, other than Riley, are from Todd, and Todd is still married to Candy. So it's one of those things where if you didn't like him before, now you know him, and there should be some mutual respect. So good for them for, getting that together. Okay. Let's get messy. Oh, sorry. Drew got to say hello to her girlfriend backstage. They gave each other church hugs, but they were both getting hot and bothered. Allison pulls the homeless lady to the side. Now, I love Allison. Allison, after they found out that she really did lie about calling Drew the B word, I was here for Allison. And Courtney was giving her attitude, but Allison really didn't care. And I have full belief that if Courtney had tried it, Allison would have been right there to return serve. It was very much giving.
Don't buck, because if I nut, then we're going to have a problem.
Exactly. Don't nut, because if I buck, we going to have a problem. I was here for it. I was here for every moment of it. And Courtney kept trying to lie. The point is, when Courtney said, well, have you called her a bitch? That's why Blockhead can't be trusted. Blockhead needs to stop trying to be all up in the women's business. That's the problem. Blockhead, why are you calling this woman who you're claiming is your cousin, but you just met, intimate personal details about what your wife is saying when they are on a show? I wish I had my stuff queued up. Let me see if I have it. If it felt like we needed Nene to come in and give us some of her Mexico for Patricia. That's what I felt like. Let me see. I think I have it right here. Because Ralph is trying too hard. You're showing up when Drew is not there. Like, that's not cool.
Todd invited.
Hold on. Right here. This is what it was given.
Causing problems. You are the only husband, boyfriend, fiance that gets involved in women's business. You need to roll with these fellas and not try to roll with these women. Okay, well, you need to stop trying to roll with the women, okay? You need to stay out of women's business. You stay out of women's business. You stop trying to be a damn bitch.
That's what I wanted from Ralph. We need Nene. That's what we need. That is exactly what we need, because he doesn't understand it. You over here telling Drew's adversary about Drew. Let's hear it again.
You stay out of women's business. You stop trying to be a damn bitch.
That's what we need. Stop trying to be a damn bitch. It's getting...
It is ridiculous. It's just completely ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Stop it. Let it go. Let it go, Ralph. You're not on the show. You don't have a peach. It almost felt like Simon trying to force Fallon to be on this show. I wouldn't be surprised if Ralph was like, I got a plan, baby. We're going to make you a star. Fast talking her. Whatever. But Allison got 2 points. And that was such a low. Have you ever called her a bitch? Have you ever said it to her? Shut up. That's when Kenya got between them as it was getting heated. I was like, thank God for Kenya in this moment. She said, excuse me, these hands are a problem. Side note, it's hilarious when you see an old friend in the background. Old dude is one of my friends who actually owns like a clothing line. I'm like, why are you here? How are you in Candy's and Todd's orbit for this event? Super strange. I don't see from you, hear from you. Maybe I saw him a couple years ago at a charity event. Either way it goes, it's funny to see somebody you know that you haven't talked to, but you at a Candy event. Yes, that was to embarrass her again. That was to embarrass her and put Allison in her place. Like they probably had that plan. I'm sure you, whatever, Q, whatever. Yes, Kenya is beautiful. So we got over 1,300 in here. Let's see where we are. We don't even have 600 likes, y'all. Let's get to like 900 likes. Definitely hit that like button. It's a free way to support the channel. So they looking at the trailer. Everybody seems really impressed. But bottom line, Courtney, you're a liar. You knew you called that woman the B word. Again, the B word is not the worst thing that you can do. I don't know why they're holding on to that. Maybe she just doesn't really like Courtney. Maybe she knew she needed a little extra storyline. But the best way to get back at Courtney is to not address her, not speak to her. Almost do what Kenya and Marlo do to each other. Don't even look each other in the eyes. That would be the best thing. Sheree strolls into the party. Now, y'all can put in the chat. When I saw Sheree, the first thing I thought was, who invited that Gotti woman to the damn party? Is this Mob Wives or is this RHOA? That's what it was giving. Now, y'all can tell me, maybe I was off with it, but I got Mob Wives from this. I said Sheree is trying to bring it back. And technically, I love Mob Wives. I never missed an episode of Mob Wives. For reals. Not. Be More Shorty says Courtney is giving cousin Faith. Not F the family. The family F my husband. That cousin Faith. What if Kenya had played cousin Faith? Now that would have been a good twist if Kenya would have been on that on that movie, because she always did play kind of like the vixen. But yeah, she gave me Victoria Gotti. It was a lot. Sheree should never wear blonde hair. Cousin Faith was the one who slept with Vanessa Williams' husband on Soul Food. That's Cousin Faith. She spent all not an old Storm. Y'all are shady. Not Stevie Nicks without I'm done. It was a lot. And Sheree's a pretty lady. But this look was a lot. Okay. So we're now listening to Drew's song. I can say that Drew sounded nice. If I'm gonna be a straight shooter, it was a lot of auto-tune. Kudos to her for the pyrotechnics. I was listening to some of the words, and she said sexy. She is going she said that she's gonna ride it like a Bronco. And I was thinking, are you talking about Ty with the help of some of Candy's goods? Or are you talking about Ralph in the other bedroom? Who you gonna ride like a Bronco? The song was okay. I don't know if slow music is really the thing that's gonna put a mark on Drew's singing career. I don't know if that's the way to go, because now either you are just a really good singer, you know, like you're the Beyonce of the world, or you go the other direction and, you know, you're like one of those people who smoke singers like SZA, like people who don't really like elevate their voice so it stays real low, but not like whispering like Sierra or Janet. You know what I mean? Like there's just really one type of music now. So you're not really having to sing. She should have gone for like a smoker sound. But, she does have talent. So I'm sure people downloaded her stuff. Kudos. So the filming wrapped on the 28th. March 1st, Drew and Ralph both run to file for divorce first. This is just stupid. It's really dumb. The story was dumb. The fact that it hit the media like it did was dumb. It's giving inauthentic. I don't believe it.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie.
But what was interesting was they basically, anytime there's a headline, the producers use Marlo to narrate the mess. Have y'all noticed that? Marlo, I have said she gets a positive edit. Kenya said it. Hopefully now y'all see what I'm talking about. But Marlo revels in other people's business. It's almost like Lisa Rinna and Giselle from Potomac. They revel in other people's business and they do productions bidding to out other people's business so that you never really ask about theirs. If not, well, actually, I said something a while back about the chairlift, but you get the point. If Kenya had not reminded us about the chairlift, nobody would be talking about it. Meanwhile, Marlo hears some mess and some gossip, and she is giddy. Giddy. Marlo was happy as hell. And it's like, in the moment that you're hearing about a divorce, are you extremely happy about it? Is that something to narrate it? It was like
so juicy.
that was Marlo.
Go on. Go on.
So when people say, why am I so hard on Marlo? That's why. This was not a happy moment because there's children involved. So, whatever. Now Manetta is trying to be the bone collector. Manetta has no problem recording people. Manetta has no problem letting you know exactly what was said, how it was said. And Manetta said that Drew had already been saying if she gets a divorce, she's going to ride, or she's going to let Ty ride her like a Bronco. Or she's going to ride Ty like a Bronco. I don't know. Somebody's getting ridden. I don't know how it works. But something's going to happen with Ty. So Manetta has outed her. Rashida outed her. Allegedly at the reunion, Love and Hip Hop girls sent the text messages, or maybe Mimi sent the text messages to Sheree so that Sheree could drop them. Now, Sheree, you don't even know your baby daddy have other children. Why are you all up in Drew's bush? You should be worried about being confused that Martell has Big D energy. That's what your focus should be. You with a man who says that you are his friend girl and doesn't even kiss you on the lips, and you talking about Big D energy. You over there with the love doctor and a jailbird, but you worried about where Drew puts her bush. Why? Explain that to me. You're focused on the wrong thing. We already know you on the wrong team. So what are you doing? For Sheree to be the one doing it? I can't. What is this? So kudos to Manetta for getting that. I'm here for that. Okay. It says we have to get past the allegations of her in a relationship with the woman. We don't get to tell her when to come out of the closet. You, Mildred, you are absolutely right. What I would say to that is it's her storyline on the show. So although I completely agree with you, nobody should be outed, hard stop. We have to talk about it because it's her storyline for the show. But you're absolutely right, Mildred. And keep your boy honest. I always tell y'all, definitely keep me honest. Satra says, condolences to Sheree. I didn't know her dad passed. Where is Miss Thelma? I didn't see her at the sip and see. Now, I did not know. Thank you so much for the super chat, Satra. I did not know that Sheree's father passed, but I do know that Drew's father passed. So I wonder if they lost their dads at the same time. But yeah, definitely let me know. No, thank you, Satra. I don't know about that. Look, I am ready for the reunion. If you're just getting here, this week we're going to do Snakes on the Plane, probably during maybe a lunchtime. This is Jim Townsend's book. You know, I did a lot of exposing of Steve Harvey and Marjorie Harvey, and then I interviewed Marjorie Harvey's ex-husband. If you haven't checked that out, check that out. If you have not seen my video where I talked about the revenge P and DV going on between Sheree and Bob and how much darker it got, definitely you want to check that out. We will be taking up a collection to make sure that Courtney gets off that person's couch. I'm not sure whose couch it is. Marlo's couch is pretty nice and ornate, so I don't think it's hers. She could be living downstairs in Chateau Sheree, and Sheree would probably never even know because the house is so big. Either way it goes, she's very put together. I'm going to check her out on Candy Speak on it and let y'all know if there was any juicy tidbits. I don't like her. I hope that she is a one season hit it and quit it. I mean, no. What is it? One season wonder? No, there's another one. It's not hit it and quit it. It's y'all can put it in the chat. You know when somebody only gets one season. What is it? I don't know what it's. I don't know. Not Snakes on the Plane. Thelma's Castle. Get Courtney off my screen. Okay, so y'all don't like it either. That's the it's thick, but it's not too bad. We're gonna get into it. Either way, thank you guys. It has been a great season. I will see you all. A one and done. Thank you. Not hit it and quit it. A one and done. She didn't have a hit though, so I can't say one hit wonder, but one and done. That's it. Hopefully she's not a trial, not a free trial. I've been drinking. I get 50 when that liquor. Wait, who you drinking with? Don't answer that, because what lovable Lisa did telling us about her candy toys, I don't even know. A one hit wonder. Anyway, see you guys. Maybe I'll try to see if I can link with Layla and Grace. Maybe we can do the reunions. Did you talk about the subpoena? What subpoena? What subpoena? Are you talking about Kenya subpoena? I don't really know about that as of yet. So, but when I find out, I will let you know, Sonia. See you guys. Have a good night and have a productive Monday. I got to go see about why my car doesn't work. So I'm not looking forward till tomorrow. Have a good one.